This is a song that really ministered to me when I was having some health issues and chronic pain for a time, and the Lord just really used it to remind me He was with me in that. So it's called Find Me in This Cave. You said, do not be anxious, and I'm trying not to be, but my body's in a panic, and I'm struggling to breathe. My heart is beating faster, this worry's getting loud, and I'm lost here in the darkness, just praying to be found. Come find me in the darkness, come find me in this cave, come silence all the voices, please take this thorn away. I know you'll never leave me, I know the sun will rise, but I'm lost here in the darkness, just looking for your light. You said it's in my weakness that your power is displayed. And when Jacob wrestled with you, he was blessed as he limped away. Oh, how I cling to grace now. Oh, how I know my need. And I'm trusting you won't waste it. You will somehow use this thing. Still I'm praying for the morning, and I'm begging for some peace. Oh, Jesus, come and find me. Oh, Spirit, groan for me. Come find me in the darkness. Come find me in this cave. Come silence all the voices. Please take this thorn away. I know you'll never leave me. I know the sun will rise, but I'm lost here in the darkness, just praying for your light. Yes, I'm praying for my healing, but I want your presence more. So let this song be my surrender to what you would have in store. I know a day is coming when I will see your face, and you'll wrap me in your light, and you'll wipe these tears away, and you'll tell me you were with me. You were right here in this cave, still working in my darkness. Oh, you never went away. You are with me in the darkness. You are with me in this cave, still working in my darkness. Oh, you never went away. You are with me in the darkness. You are with me in this cave. Always with me.
And as she walked through those battles and those struggles, as I know many of you here this morning are, or some who are watching online are, Habakkuk chapter 1 is about coming to that place and needing him so desperately. Needing him to be there, needing him to answer. And we'll just begin to touch on the answer this morning as we continue on through the book over this week. In chapter 2, it says, "And I will stand my watch, and I will set myself on the rampart." I'm going to go and I'm going to look for God. I know that he's coming. I know that he's going to answer. When I've been waiting, I'm going to fall back and remember who he is. And watch and see what he will say to me and what I will answer when I am corrected. Then the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it." Don't get that backwards. Don't run and then come back to the message. Get the message of trusting God with your life and your circumstance again, that you may run. Come back to a plain understanding. Come back to a simplicity of the love of God and the love of Jesus Christ. Him being your first love and trusting him even in the fire of life. For the vision is yet in an appointed time, but the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it. Wait for it. He who waits on the Lord will not be put to shame. He who waits on the Lord will not be disappointed, but it's so hard to believe that, especially when it hurts. It's so hard to believe that when you've fallen short and you don't have what it takes. He exhorts us again, wait for it, because it will surely come. It is a promise of God, it will come. He will come. He will not tarry. Behold the proud, his soul is not upright in him. Things will not be always as you see it now. The Chaldeans, the world, all of that, they are being used, but they won't stand, it won't last. Find the rock and the shelter that does. In the end of verse 4, but the just shall live by faith. And so this first emphasis is on living by faith. By faith. That sets your course. And the one I'm going to read from and close with this morning is when this is quoted in Hebrews. And they were losing their jobs, and their world was falling apart, and emperors like Nero were on the throne, and it was utter destruction and loss, and it was really easy just to go back to what they knew. Following Jesus is hard. I don't understand how he works. I'm going to go back to what I grew up with. I'm going to go back to what I knew. I'm going to go back to making my own way. And the writer of Hebrews exhorts them, beginning in chapter 10, verse 36, "For you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. Yet for a little while, and he who is coming will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if anyone draws back, my soul has no pleasure in him. But we are not of those who draw back to perdition, but those who believe to the saving of the soul." Sharing with a young man, he was helping us work on some of the houses that got flooded. And he was just kind of floating, and his whole life had really kind of train wrecked. And he would have a lot of reasons on why not to go to church or to follow the Lord. And I just encouraged him. I said, I haven't done it all. I haven't thought it all or said it all. But I've gone far enough in the world to know that it doesn't have anything for you. You may not be able to see beyond the horizon in that right now. But I can tell you what's just beyond your eyesight, and it's nothing. These guys were like, man, it's hard. Life is hard, and I don't understand. So I'm going to go back and trust in what my eyes can see rather than the eyes of faith and living by faith. And he said, if you draw back, there's nothing there. That's what perdition is. It's waste. There's nothing there. How many of us have gone back to the things that we once left? And what did we ever find there? Nothing. I promise you, if you wait for him, he will come to you. And then he goes into chapter 11 and says the very substance of faith is evidenced in the fact that we look to him. The things that you can't see or the one that you can't see will be clearly shown in your life. And Enoch, in a world that was doing what was ever right in their own heart, he walked with God. Noah, when nobody had ever seen rain or a flood before, believed God and he prepared for it. Abraham had never been to this place that God was going to bless him or was going to lead him, but he believed God. And God said, righteous. And so on and so forth to Moses, who could have stayed on top of the world and had all the riches of Egypt. But to suffer with God's people, to live for Jesus Christ was more valuable than anything that he could earn in that job or that career. To pour into his family, into the nation, into his community was more valuable. For all those who sacrificed to homeschool or to be with your family on the weekend, all those different things where if you could do more and have more. But to value the things of God so far beyond it that even when it's hard, it's still worth it because you see him. You see him in the fire. And I can promise you this, he won't owe any of you in the final accounting. He will make it right with you. So as the just shall live by faith. I don't know where you guys are at this morning, but if the worship team wants to come back up. We'll have elders, a couple of their wives want to come up. That if you got here this morning and you have been where Habakkuk was, know that you're not alone. If you're staring at this world and you're unsure of how in the world God's working in it, and you're struggling with even waiting for his answer, you're not alone. We want to pray for you. So I don't know what's beyond the horizon of today or what we can think. Some will be greatest blessing you'll ever enjoy. And some of it will be the most difficult you've ever endured. But I promise you, he'll be there. He will never leave you nor forsake you if you'll put your trust in him.